So hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about sorting algorithms. So ordering the elements of a list is a problem that occurs in many contexts. For example, to produce a telephone directory, it is necessary to alphabetize the names of subscribers. Putting addresses in order in an email can determine whether there are duplicated addresses, or creating a useful dictionary requires that words be put in alphabetical order. Similarly, generating a parts list requires that we order them according to increasing part na number. So in this video, we are going to discuss about bubble sort, which is just one of the many algorithms in sorting. So bubble sort is one of the simplest sorting algorithms, but not one of the most efficient. So the idea of bubble sort is that it puts a list into increasing order by successively comparing adjacent elements, interchanging them if they are in the wrong order. So to carry out the bubble sort, we perform the basic operation, that is interchanging the large element with the smaller one following it, starting at the beginning of a list for a full pass. So we will be iterating this procedure until the sort is complete. Okay, so we can imagine the elements in the list placed in a column or in a row, and in the bubble sort, the smaller the elements will bubble to the top of the list as they are interchanged with larger elements, while the larger elements will be sinking in the bottom. So we will have an example first before we show you the algorithm. Okay, so you can think of it like this. We have a set of numbers, okay, each having their index or position in the list. And the bubble sort will have since 5 elements, so there will be 4 passes. Okay, so that means that if n is equal to 5, then there will be n minus 1 passes. So again, the idea is that we interchange a larger element with a smaller one, following it starting at the beginning of a list for a full pass. So first is we compare these first 2 elements in the list, and then compare the next element. So it's like a window that moves through the sequence. Compare, and then next, now the 2 largest elements have synced at the bottom of the list. And now done with that pass, and we are going to repeat the process, comparing the elements again, interchanging if necessary, and done. So it will sync at the bottom of the list again. And then lastly, we have 2 elements, and we are going to interchange them if necessary. So that's the idea of the bubble sort. So let's have an example. Okay, so suppose we have a set containing 5, 9, 2, 7, and 1. Okay, so that means that we have 4 passes. Okay, so since n is equal to 5, we have n minus 1 passes equals 4. So the first pass is here. We compare the first 2 elements, and we are going to interchange them if the second element is less than the first element. So we are not going to interchange them. And now move the window and then compare the 2 elements, and we are going to interchange since 9 is greater than 2. Next, move it again, move the window again, and then we are going to interchange since 9 is greater than 7, and move the window again, and now we have ended the first pass. Now, the largest element has sunk into the bottom of the list. Okay, now we are going to proceed with the second pass. So we are done with this. Now, 5 and 2, so which one is smaller? So since 2 is less than 5, we are going to interchange them. Then move the window. Is 5 less than 7? Since it is less than, then we will not interchange them. Move the window. Oops, sorry, that was supposed to be 1 and 7. So since 1 is less than 7, so we will not interchange them and as is lang siya. And now, two largest na elements are in the bottom of the list. Next is for the third na pass. So compare 2 and 5. Since 2 is less than 5, we will not interchange. Move the window. 1 is less than 5, so we will interchange them. Okay, and now we have the third largest element, secure their places. And for the fourth pass, we have 2 elements left. Okay, and we are going to compare them. Since 1 is less than 2, interchange them, and we are done. Okay, so here is the procedure of the bubble sort. So we have the input, which is a set of real numbers with n less than or equal to 2. So why is this the case? Because if n is equal to 1, then there's no need to sort the sequence. Okay, so n should be greater than or equal to 2, a sub 1 until a sub n. So for I equals 1 to n minus 1, or the number of passes, right? So I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, then we will iterate. So for all the 4 passes, we are going to compare each of the element to the next na element. Okay? So if the current na element is greater than its next na element, or preceding the element following it, then we will interchange a sub j and a sub j plus 1. So essentially what it means is, suppose we are here, the a sub j is equal to, or a sub 2 equals 9. So that means that a sub j plus 1 is 3, right? So if this is greater than, if the next is greater than, then we will interchange them. Okay, so in the end, the a sub 1 to a sub n will be in increasing na order. So at the end of each loop na iteration, the first I na elements are already sorted. And the algorithm goes on until the end of for loop, even if array is sorted, which is wasteful. Oops, in this case, there is something, there is a mistake in the bubble sort na issues. So instead, at the end of each loop, the last na I na elements are already sorted. Okay, yung mga nasa bottom of the list. So algorithm goes on until the end of for loop, even if array is already sorted. So for example, at the case wherein sorted na siya on the second pass, but then it will continue on looping even if array is already sorted. Okay, so that's why that the bubble sort is not very much efficient.